Welcome back to L5 Star FC's match preview. We got Sheffield United this weekend. Much needed, but big performance was needed from the boys today. I'm joined by Waka and Salah to go over the preview. And what are your overall thoughts? How confident are you going into this game? I'll start with you, Salah. How confident are you?
It's one of those games, isn't it? 50-50. Because you look at Sheffield, 20th in the table. But then you have to remember we struggle a lot against low block sides, which is why I'm not a lot confident and I'm not a lot hyped about this game. But I'm hoping we can get over the line, because then if we win this, we hope Chelsea drop points to Manchester United. We go level on points, and then we have them in 2 weeks. We can get the points there. So I think in terms of top four, I think this is a massive game.
Yeah, 100%. And going to your point about low block sides, to be honest, I think this is a tougher game than probably first expected, purely because we always struggle against a lower block side, and we're struggling to get a bit of goals, even against the more fluid sides, the more flowing sides. So it's always going to be a difficult task, and especially Sheffield United, they're in good form at the minute. I think they're starting to turn things around. After a very slow start for them this season. How confident are you going into the game, Waka?
I'm not looking forward to it because, these types of teams, we've just not been good enough this season. So it just depends if the boys are ready to beat them, because I'm not confident though.
Yeah, they've won a few of their last few games, and we've had a sticky patch, is pretty clear to see. So it'll always be a difficult game, and going away, I think I'd much rather see a goal in the 94th minute coming off the backside of Aaron Ramsdale. To be honest, if it's that scrappy, you just want to take the 3 points, get a bit of form under the belt. Because it's got a tricky patch coming up as well, because we got Chelsea, we've got Fulham, who are another low block side. Obviously, Chelsea, I mentioned before, who are in the top four race like us. You have Wolves, who are, up and down team. They can be really, really strong. And then other days they can be very, very slow. And then you have, I think there's one in the middle of that. And then you have Leipzig. So it's a tricky few games for Liverpool. So we've got to be on our A game. We've got to be scoring goals. We've got to be, getting some fluidity in the performance. And, it's a big blow now that Henderson's out. There's been some rumours that he's going to be out for up to 12 weeks. How much of a blow do you think this will be for Liverpool, Salah?
Massive. Fifth best player this season as well. He's a massive blow, and we know he's a strong player and he'll come back. But I'm hoping he doesn't have to do surgery on that groin, because if he does surgery and he misses the Euros as well, which is devastating for him. He'll be absolutely devastated. But I'm wishing him the best of recovery. He is our captain, fantastic. So, yeah, wish him the best.
Yeah, I wish him the best as well. And, there's Jota's back in full training, which is always promising to see. And if you're new here, go and hit the subscribe button. Let's get 30 likes on this video. There is a video which was posted, which will be yesterday's video, about an injury latest video, where I'll be looking at who is available, who's ahead in their recovery, and who's returned back to training, etc., etc. How much of a blow do you think Henderson will be for this Liverpool team come the rest of the season, Waka?
It's a very massive blow, because I think the first time we started this, I think I mentioned about Henderson playing centre back. We will overrun him because he's very injury prone. He gets injured a lot, but and the one thing I don't want to see is Fabinho playing centre back now, because what happened to him? And we bought two centre backs, so unless they did, because maybe we should have got involved first, but he got injured. So I want to see Ben Davies coming to the team and Fabinho back in midfield, because if we don't have Henderson, we need Fabinho at the least, really.
Yeah, it's an interesting point you made there about Jordan Henderson and how he's probably overworked at the minute. He is our captain, but he plays a lot of games for Liverpool Football Club, and he's not getting any younger. I think he's in his 30s now, so it might not be the last time we see him go down with a slight muscle injury, given the amount of games he's playing for Liverpool. But fingers crossed he doesn't. But like you said, is this a game for Ben Davies to come in? I would have liked to see him, but obviously he had the knock. Do you think that given Kabak's struggler form, although he's 20 and he's young, he can make mistakes. Do you feel like it's a game where you maybe drop him, start Davis, get a little bit of fitness in the legs for Davis, going into this busy schedule which Liverpool have until the international break, Salah?
No, play Fabinho centre back. He's not better than Davies. I mean, he is better than Davies. Just give me a second here, please. Sorry. He's better than Davies. You might say that Fabinho, now Henderson's gone. The midfield's kind of bad, but the thing is, you have Keita who can do a job. He's a fantastic player. And the way I see it, Thiago needs that creative player by his side to get his ability unlocked. The guy to do is Keita. So Keita, Thiago, Curtis, or Thiago, Keita, Wijnaldum. That's not a bad midfield if you have Fabinho in defence. Because the reason I'm not keen, like Nat Phillips has done good whenever he's come in, but come on, like you saw his positional error for the penalty he conceded, and then he's just not a centre back he's not a centre back that you need for top four placement. You need to play good centre backs. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's just not good enough for us to get top four, which is why for every game until the end of the season, we need to play Fabinho or Kabak, because that's what we have available to us, which is the best centre back partnership.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not saying that Fabinho is not good at centre back. I'm saying that he's 27 years old. This is his prime age. He should be playing in midfield, because he'll probably stay in his prime for another year, and then he'll start getting to the old age again. So I think if we have centre backs fit, we should play Thiago in midfield. I mean, not Thiago, Fabinho. But if we can't do that, then play him in defence.
Yeah, I feel like personally, I believe as much as you're coming from Waka that he needs to be played in midfield. It is his prime, is his peak. And I do agree with you in the sense, but there is the situation regarding the centre-backs, having your first and second choice and third choice centre-backs injured. It's always going to... I'm not saying like it should resort to Fabinho being put in there. However, I do believe that... it's a mistake from the club. They should have made sure they had four centre backs and not had two of those which are injury prone. I think that was a very silly error given the circumstances, the tight schedule. We all knew that before, that it was going to be all catch up football and we were going to play European football every 3 days and games every few days. We're going to have muscle injuries. We should have prepared better for it, and it's a mistake from the club. We should have made sure we had the full centre backs. But I think for me, I think Fabinho, I think you've got to play him in centre back for the rest of the season until Van Dijk's back, and then literally in the summer you sign Kabak on a permanent, and you have your four centre backs. Or you could move Matip on and go for a fourth centre-back, which would not be a bad option, seeing as Matip is made of glass. So, for me, I think Fabinho would be best suited to probably, for the team to be put in centre-back for the moment, have Keita come in, although Keita's a bit injury-prone as well, and then just sit it out, I just can't wait for the season to finish, to be honest with you, so we can get bodies back there, get a bit of strength and depth, buy big in the summer, because hopefully FSG backdrop this window and they buy some players because they need to. But we're running off topic here. Sheffield United, they have a lot of big players to watch out for. They have McBurney, they have the likes of Fleck, they have Norwood, who are very typical physical midfielders. John Lundstrom, who's a Scouser, very physical players who will pose a threat to us, given if we're not physical enough in the midfield. 100%. What are you? Do you think that Keita should start this game, or do you think he should come off the bench? What's your thoughts, Waka?
I think he should maybe. I would like him to start, but if I'm being completely optimistic, I think he should come off the bench because he's coming back from injury. We don't want to rush him back, and it's Sheffield United. They are very physical, so we might as well just bring him on at halftime and just make him just run at Sheffield because then we just have to hope Mo Salah and Mane are making them runs because then the goals will come because Thiago's passing ability is amazing. We just need someone that can just run forward without being scared, and actually a good dribbler as well, which Keita has.
Yeah. Do you think he'll come back for this game? Same with Jota, really. Do you think he'll come off the bench? I think it's probably a bit too soon for Diogo Jota. I think he'll make his appearance against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it will come too early for him. But if I'm being from my perspective, I don't want Firmino playing because I love Firmino, but he's just not scoring goals. And his job isn't meant to score goals. He's meant to be a playmaker, but he's getting those chances, and most playmakers will score them chances. And before Jota got injured, Jota was on fire. He was scoring goals. We had a plan B instead of a false nine, an actual striker. And sometimes Mane would drop to the right and Mo down the middle and Jota down the left. And in the Champions League, you got a hat trick. Bobby hasn't done much in the Champions League. And then we played him against I can't remember who they played him against, but he didn't need to play, and then he got injured. So
Michelin, wasn't it? Michelin.
Yeah, Michelin. Yeah. We didn't need to play that. We didn't need to play him in that game. We could have just but
especially given Jota's form at the time, it was poor man management for me. How we managed that injury, but I do feel like what could come into place is maybe something slightly different, where you stick to the formation of 4-3-3. However, maybe you play Salah down the middle, maybe Mane on the left and Jota on the right. I'm not so sure because I do think Firmino probably needs a little bit of a rest, given his current form at the minute, a chance to reset, declutter his mind, because it does seem like he is struggling. He's struggled for the past few years now. And I think people are putting a bit too much pressure on him because he wears the number 9 jersey, and a typical stereotype of a number 9 is to
score I'm not saying that we should be scoring goals, but when you get into those chances, you should at least be hitting the target. You shouldn't just be wasting opportunities. When you get into those opportunities, just aim at the goal. Don't put it where the goalkeeper is because he will save it. There's don't waste opportunities, just shoot, don't try and do something fancy, because I think it was against I don't know what game it was, but someone whipped in and then he just tried to backheel it into the back of the net when he should just side-footed it. I
think with the problem with Firmino is because he plays in between the lines, that when a ball comes into the box, you kind of more reliant on Salah and Mane to get on the end of it. But I do feel like Firmino's anticipation hasn't been there of recent.
Yeah.
And I think if you had a potent striker like Erling Haaland, he'd be at the back post. He'd be getting there and he'd score goals. He scored a lot of goals because for the rate that the fullbacks whip the crosses in, they just, Mbappe and Haaland would have heydays because they're typical goal scorers. And But yeah, what's your thoughts on Haaland? Do you think he'd be a good fit for Liverpool, Salah?
But first on Keita and Jota, I think you have to throw Keita in straight away, because you might say he was injured. He was not injured. He was on a normal physical plan to get his. He was basically on a mini rehab to get his muscles stronger for the end of the season. It was reported by James Pearce, I think. So he was never injured. He was just going through rehab. So just throw him in there. you're going against a low block side. This is one of the games you have the chance to try a new system. Now you have Keita. Go 4-2-3-1, play Keita and Thiago as the double pivots, or play Keita and Wijnaldum as the double pivots. Play Thiago as the 10. Play Thiago and Keita as the 6 and the 8. Play Firmino as a 10. Play Salah down the middle. Play Mane off the left and play Shaqiri on the right. This is the game to do it, because going into Chelsea, you're not going to be able to change your system. But if you're telling me what I want Keita to start 100% and he should start, and in regard to Jota, yeah, it's way too soon for him. And the thing with Firmino, he just doesn't have that striker instinct. He doesn't have that kind of
instinct. That's very true.
That like I think it was the recent game. What was it again? Everton, where Trent whipped in that ball and he just stood still because he doesn't have that instinct to go. He doesn't have that poacher instinct to go back post and whip a score. In regards to Haaland, we just have to see for the summer. Like, because I don't have, I'm not going to get my hopes high too much. FSG haven't been backing us recently, so I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. Let's just see.
Yeah, I think it's purely based on whether we get European football, Champions League or Europa League to whether they come. Or the chances of them coming are significantly higher or lower, depending on what competition we do qualify, if we do qualify. But for me, I think that, like you said, Salah, Firmino hasn't got the killer instinct. And I feel like before games, I think his prime objectives before going into games are probably to set up two people instead of to score 2 goals, if you know what I mean. Like, I think he'd be, whereas you get like Lewandowski or you get Aguero, score 2 goals or assist 2 goals, they'd be scored 2 goals. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got that greedy mentality that they want to play for themselves, which is a good thing, because without Firmino, we wouldn't have seen Mane as good as he has been, and we wouldn't have seen Salah as good as he has been. But I get where you're coming from. But we'll get onto this team prediction. So, like, you're going for 4-2-3-1, Salah. You're going for the Keita and Thiago in the pivots, and Firmino in the 10. Now, I was going for a similar formation as well, 4-2-3-1. Similar team to you, actually exactly the same to you. But however, in the defence, I'd probably go Kabak and Phillips. I think this game will probably come a bit too soon for Fabinho, but I think Phillips will make it. It's whether or not Davis could be. I'm not sure. I'd like to see Davis in a Liverpool shirt. I think this is probably a game where you could use him, given Sheffield United are a team he's probably familiar with. But for me, I can just see Nat Phillips starting this one. I don't know about you. But the normal fullbacks, the goalkeeper, Alisson. So I'm going Alisson, Robertson, Phillips, Kabak, Trent, Keita and Thiago in the 6, double 6 pivot. And then the 3 across the attack, Shaqiri on the right, Firmino in the 10, Mane on the left, and Salah playing down the middle. I think it's a perfect opportunity to try it, see how it goes. If it don't go well, go back to the 4-3-3. But it's always good to have a plan B and make sure that you can change and adapt to different circumstances. But what's your team prediction, Waka?
The same as you, to be honest. I want to see Shaqiri play, because when I think I can't remember, it was a couple of seasons ago, we tried a 4-2-3-1 and Shaqiri, he was playing really well. And he's come in against United, I think, played really well in whatever position he played in. And I just want to see Shaqiri play a bit more and Mo up top, because for me, like, if Firmino isn't going to score as many goals, we might as well have Mo up top, because he will score. Like 9 times out of 10, he will score goals. And that's what we need right now. We need goals. Like, our defense, like, we have the quality up the pitch to outscore teams. It's just that more the defense let us down. But I think we should try a new system, because teams won't be used to us and they won't be expecting what they would expect from us.
Or instead of Shaqiri on the right, maybe Curtis Jones. Because I think Shaqiri sparks a big impact off the bench. We have seen that. And I think it's what Liverpool have lacked.
Mane down the right and then Curtis down the left, because he played in the left I don't know, like, I can't remember, but he played on the left.
It was in the FA
Yeah.
Cup against United.
Yeah, FA Cup against Everton.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so we could see Curtis Jones. I mean, you can't really drop him given his performances of recent. So maybe he comes into the 4-2-3-1 if the 4-2-3-1's the system the Klopp does play. But yeah, I think it's a toss up between whether you choose Shaqiri or Curtis Jones to start, and then the centre back partnership will obviously increase to 19 come Sunday, more than likely. But yeah, what are your score predictions? I'm going for a shaky 2-1 Liverpool win. I think Sheffield United will. I think Liverpool will score first. I think if Sheffield United score first, I think we'll lose the game. Honestly, I think we'll lose the game. We haven't got the confidence at the moment to break teams down properly. And a high confidence Liverpool team would outscore the opposition, like Wakar said. So I think if Liverpool don't score first, Sheffield United will win. If Liverpool score the first goal, I think it'll force Sheffield United out and Liverpool will nick a second. So I'm going 2-1. Wakar, what's your score predictions?
Well, I have two. If we play the 4-2-3-1, I think we'll win 2-0. If we play the normal formation, I think we'll lose 1-0 because that just has not been good enough this season, if we're all being honest. And if Sheffield score, have we ever looked like we're gonna get a goal in the last few games?
No, especially if
We
teams
haven't.
get the first goal. I think
Exactly.
it's
They get the ball. No, they score and then they just sit back 11 men behind the ball and try and get us on the counter. And the one problem that I see with the three up front is that Bobby isn't in the middle and Salah and Mane are out wide. So there's not one of them go into the box unless they have the ball or and if we play Salah up front, we have seen against Everton he got a good chance, but he didn't score. And if he was in the box, he would get 10 times more opportunities and he would score because it's Salah. I'm not just saying it because I love Salah. He's been our most consistent player from since we bought him. Just look at the numbers. Apart from the first season where he got 44 goals, the numbers have been relatively close.
well, this looks like his second best goal scoring season. To be fair, he's on
Yeah, he's got more already
26.
than last season.
Yeah, he's on 26 in all competitions, I think, which is absolutely staggering considering Liverpool haven't been on form for a lot of them games. And
Most of these games are like the first game of the season against Leeds. Leeds, we at the back weren't our best, but we outscored them. And against Chelsea, more comfortable win. But most of these games are taking a relatively pattern like Leeds. Like they score and then we don't look like we're gonna get a goal from somewhere.
yeah, well,
And
they
that's
just
what we had at the start of the
like
season.
like West Ham, Fulham, Sheffield United. I think they got a penalty in the first 8 minutes when it was should have been a free kick outside the
Yeah,
box.
exactly. They
Yeah,
scored, but we made the
literally.
comeback.
Yeah, and it's teams like that who West Brom. I know they
Yeah.
scored in the last 10 minutes, but they were never really a team which we looked like we were going to score 5 past. It was
Yeah.
it's one of them where hopefully we can get a little
Even
bit
the
of
Aston
form.
Villa game, when they, I think it was Mo that scored, and then most people thought that was going to be a comeback, but that wasn't the case. We just got outplayed by Aston Villa, and we're not as bad as at the back, but we need to score before other teams score because we just don't look like we're going to get a goal if we concede.
Yeah, 100%. But Salah, your
We
score
do get a chance,
predictions?
but they just messed it up.
Yeah. Salah, your score predictions?
1-0.
1-0. Liverpool?
Yeah. It will be like the 1-0 was at Sheffield last season. 1-0. Completely correct game. One chance. If we put it away, we put it away. And when you're talking about when the opposition score first, you have to come back. It's all about the hunger. It's all about desire. If you have the
100%.
if you have the desire to come back, then you can come back. We saw it in we saw it last season against Aston Villa. 1 down, 70th minute, Robertson comes up with a header. We had that a desire, and we went and scored in the 94th minute, and we won the game 2-1. This season, we had the desire. I don't know if it's because we don't have a leader in the back. I don't know. This season, we just don't have the desire. I'm going 1-0, and I'm going 1-0. I think Mane will score. Yeah, I'm going 1-0.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But that's the end of the Sheffield United match preview. Thank you to Waka and thank you to Salah for joining me on this one. Leave your score predictions down in the comments below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Do you think Keita will start? Do you think Jota could come back? Or do you think it's a bit too soon for Jota? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. And thank you for watching. See you all soon. Let's get this to 30 likes.